questions for Nohl.
What are your early thoughts in camp being here at Cal?
I just love the energy here. Different environment for me, and it's just better exposure for me. I personally, I think so. Yeah.
How is it different?
I would just say the competition and just the energy with the coaches. Just they bring more out of me, and I want to come more prepared before practice and after practice, and just staying on top of my stuff. You know, keeping a schedule, staying organized.
So why Cal? Why do you want to come?
I just thought I could really start something here, bringing a program that didn't go to a bowl game. Like, if I can be a part of a program that went from a bowl game to the next season, going to a bowl game, that's bigger than going to a program that's already winning. It's basically trying to ride my own wave, just starting some, new.
Going to the Pac-12,
yeah.
Theoretically, at least another echelon out, would that make a difference?
Yeah, for sure. Because Mountain West to Pac-12, I feel like they're more pass happy in the Pac-12, and it's just going to give me more opportunities to make plays on the ball.
What was that transfer portal process like for you? Because there's a lot of guys going in when you kind of went through that.
Yeah, it was interesting because I didn't think I was going to get as many looks as I thought, but then it started to pick up pretty much by, I didn't want to be in there for that long anyway, so I just trusted the connections I had in the past and just basically, just trusting my gut.
How many schools would you say showed interest?
About 10 schools showed interest.
Pac-12 or?
Pac-12 and Big Ten, a couple schools.
You played against Cal last year. What were your impressions of the program?
When I first came on the field, I was just like, okay, it's Pac-12, it's a little different, but at the end of the day, it's just football. I didn't really think nothing too of it, but it is a prestigious program, in an institution.
There's some established guys in that DB group with some new guys. What's the competition like between you guys so far in spring?
The competition's been up there. I know they're going to give it their all during practice, so that just makes me want to raise my level of play. And with guys that did it already at this level, it's just good to have those guys in the room because, if I have questions, I can go to them or anything.
Anybody in particular that you're leaning on right now for advice, or just kind of work your way through this process?
Guys like, Craig and I'll say Irby and Lou. Those guys, they've been in the system a little longer than me, so just, picking up on little things they do or how they prepare or just technique-wise, just asking questions if I need it.
What do you feel like you add personally to this group?
I feel like I add a fire, just that competition, somebody that's not, scared to talk to the offense, basically talk a little trash or just bring that spark. I feel like I can bring that spark of just making a play out of nowhere.
Coach Thurman said you could play all 5 positions in defensive backfield. Do you have a preference? Do you see where you're going to be placed?
I prefer corner, but whatever they need me at, nickel, field safety, when it comes to certain packages, wherever they need me out, I'm ready to go.
What are some of your early impressions on the skill guys, Sam and the receivers and Byron and Jaden?
Just can't take a play off because any play could be a home run play or they're going to take you deep. So it's just I can't relax with them because I know they're always scheming. They're always basically seeing what coverage I'm in, seeing how I'm playing stuff. So I always got to be on my toes.
You've had a couple interceptions early in spring. Is that a big part of what you want to do and accomplish here?
For sure. Anytime I can get interceptions, man, it's just a great feeling that I'm trying to pursue every practice, just make a play.
I've never heard of somebody named Nohl, HL. Is there a story behind that name at all?
No, my mom just thought it was interesting. My original name was going to be Sterling, but my mom, she just gave me that name and decided to spell it like that with the H, so I think it's just different for me.
Okay, hard-hitting question. Tell me something about yourself that would surprise people.
Something about myself that would surprise people. I do like fishing. I think a lot of people, I'm not an expert fisher, but my dad fishes, so that's where I get it from. Like deep sea fishing, not lake fishing, deep sea fishing.
Real stuff.
Yeah.
Like what kind of, like marlin and that kind of stuff? Or?
I would say yellowtail, whenever they're biting, or just red snapper. What else? you know, a couple of bass, halibut, so stuff like that. But prefer the yellowtail, you know, bigger fish.
Do you have any early impressions of what this team can accomplish this year?
Early impressions. I just feel like we can shock a lot of people this year. I feel like we can shock a lot of people. You know, people don't expect us, you know, to go, you know, win that many games probably, but I feel like we can really shock the world. So.
Are the way things done here in practice any different from the way things are done at UNLV?
Just a little bit. The practice scheme is kind of the same. It's just the amount of time we get between the periods is just a little different. So I feel like we get a little more rest and time to, you know, catch up with our thoughts and really catch our breath. Here, besides at UNLV, it was a little quicker, I would say, at UNLV.
Did the dismissal of Markins have any effect on why you transferred? Or not?
No, not really.
A couple guys have talked about the locker room atmosphere here this year. How does it compare to UNLV, and what are maybe some things that stand out to you about just being in the locker room with, you know, your teammates now?
Being in the locker room, I feel like people are just more attentive of their surroundings here and, you know, think before they do something. I feel like people are watching you more to see what you're about, and I'll just mind my own business. I don't really like to get into anybody else's business. Just stay to myself.
Anything else for Nohl?